walls where the valleys begin. My fist taught lessons of pain. Now I'm living life after the flame. After the rush, what's left to feel? Hard-hit truths, keeping it real. From bounty hunts to Ray's last call, we're telling stories, we've seen it all.
Hey everybody, I'm Trevor O'Connor. Sitting across from me, my good friend, Mike Gonzales.
What's up?
And we are at episode number 8.
8 already.
8 of the After the Final Bell podcast. A podcast that is loosely about life after an adrenaline-fueled career kind of comes to an end.
Yep.
And what happens in the real world. Next stuff. Is there stuff?
There might be.
Might be.
There might be.
Yeah. I got to start going out.
Yeah. I mean, you're in the front yard when I came in. I was like, whoa.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy. Just putting up Christmas lights.
Yeah.
I was in here just goofing around, and I could hear her dragging stuff around and moving it. And she was doing it intentionally loud enough
So you can hear.
so that I would hear it. So I ended up outside.
Giving you one of the clues.
Yes.
A hint.
She said,
A hint.
yeah. I got the hint. I went outside. I helped hang the garland around the door. I put the 12-foot friggin' Grinch in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
He's big.
He is big. He's cool, though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So we're big Halloween. Not as big as we'd been in previous years, just because this year we were only home for a short period of time. Then we had to go back to Florida before we came back here.
Yeah.
We do Halloween big decorations.
That's your guys' thing. That one is.
And then we do a Halloween party in the house. Everyone dresses up. This year we were Beetlejuice and Lydia. Was that her name?
I think so.
I think so.
Do you like dressing up? Or is that?
No, I love Halloween.
Do you? Okay.
I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite things.
Dang.
We always find really cool like couples costumes.
Okay. So you guys are always.
Something together. We've been like Superman and Lois Lane. We were pirates. We were like, I don't know how to describe it. Day of the Dead mask pirates kind of one year.
Okay.
We also did steampunk, which was probably one of the best. Not this year, but the year before we did Yellowstone. Rip and
Oh, wow.
what's her Beth. I grew out some shag and everything. Not a great Rip, but decent. Like you knew what it was.
I knew what you were.
And then this year, Beetlejuice. So she always comes up with something.
Okay.
And if we didn't dress up, the Wrath of Jaden would happen.
Oh.
She really looks forward to what the costume that Kristen comes up with for her and I.
Oh.
Like she expects us to go big.
Okay.
So we have to always.
That's your judge.
Yeah. She judges everything. Anyway, so we do big Halloween decorations.
Yep.
We might have a video. I usually do a hologram screen on one of our garage doors, so it looks like a ghost is coming through. It's crazy.
Dang.
We do some cool stuff, but we used to do big stuff for Christmas. Used to. Because I went and I spent like probably 6-7 hours one day. I went and got all the perfect clips, all the lights, everything, the right lights, and I outlined the entire front of our house. Dang. All the way up. That peak on our roof
that's pretty high.
And it's steep up there.
Yeah.
And people were, we were part of the drive-through in the neighborhood. You know, the people were out looking at lights. They always came by. It was great. We used to do it. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a very cold snap after Christmas. Mm-hmm. And it was like almost the whole month of January. And we were back and forth between Denver and Florida. We took down all the other Christmas decorations, but the lights were still on the house. The lights were not turned on.
Yeah.
They were off, but they were just still on the house. There was snow still on the roof. And that's got to be, what'd you say, 35 feet?
At least.
And
it's high.
And the pitch is, it's not like...
You're not going to climb up there with snow.
No. We got a letter in the mail, a certified letter from our HOA
What?
telling us that we had like 48 hours to have all the lights off of our house, or else they were going to start imposing a fine by the day.
They didn't see how cold and how snowy it was.
The same HOA that sends people through our cul-de-sac to see our house when it's lit up. Like they list it. Yeah. So that weekend we got home just in time, got the letter. I went outside, climbed up on the first roof of the house, grabbed the end of one of the lines,
and just ripped.
and I just yanked every light out the house. Pulled them. I had to climb up and grab, get a few things, but I just ripped them all off. I was like, I'll never do it again.
And that's it.
Nope.
Ruined
Done.
it. HOA ruined it for everybody.
They ruined Christmas.
Yep. The Grinch. They're the real Grinch.
It was not, man, I had
That
the
sucks.
white and,
those
red
lights-
alternating lights, and it was so.
And if you get all the matching lights, you're spending good money on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's probably $1,000 worth of lights on this house.
Yeah.
And I bought all the clips to make sure they were perfectly tight in space, so there was no droop. It was like,
Nice.
it looked like they were built for the house, everything. And I went crazy on it. And I just went and ripped every piece of it down, threw it in the dumpster right there.
That's it.
I'll never do that again.
Yeah. Halloween it is.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't put a lot of lights on the house for Halloween. Just we do the yard.
The decorations are nice though.
Yeah, we do the yard. We do up by the house. We do a smoke machine for trick-or-treaters. And then for our Halloween party. And then the inside of the house plus the holograms.
Nice.
It's fun.
Good time.
It takes from October 1st to the end of January for all the decorations that
Come
that
down.
go down,
Yeah.
go up and
Oh,
down
yeah.
here. Because between Halloween and Christmas, it's just
There's
a
no
constant.
break.
I don't think, do we have fall here? Did you see fall in my house?
No.
It went Halloween, Christmas, huh?
Yeah. Halloween, Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think we did fall.
The bats were still up, and Christmas was up.
The bats are down.
They're down now. See.
Yeah.
So it was still halfway
She replaced the bats
with snowflakes.
with snowflakes.
Yeah.
Now the bats are in here.
Oh.
She
Right
moved
by
them.
Batman.
Yep, she moved them. Well, I'm sure that was exciting for everybody. Hearing my
Your rant on the HOA.
yeah. Oh,
But there's probably a lot of people out there that can
Dude.
side with you. That's tough. That the HOAs are tough.
dude, our HOA. I would expect a lot more for the amount we pay, what we receive, and what we have to deal with.
So
I would expect more from them.
and they just don't give it to you.
Oh, dude, they'll walk the cul-de-sacs and look for things.
And who?
If your trash can is out, like at the curb, so we put our trash cans out on Wednesday. It's picked up on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You have until like Thursday night. If they're there Friday morning,
Forget it.
you're getting a letter, or you're getting something on your door, or a phone call.
And who's in charge of the H? That's what I've always wondered. Who is in charge of the HOA? Is
They
it a-
elect somebody within the community, someone that's probably 87 years old, that's lived here since the homes were built, and they feel like they are the steward of the neighborhood. They are the Signal Creek police.
so somebody that just doesn't have nothing to do,
Oh, I'm sure.
right?
I'm sure.
That's their
Or
job.
it's a Karen wife, where the husband's probably like an engineer or very like militant, structured guy, and
Yeah.
she doesn't have anything, so she takes on this HOA because she can then.
What if you're one of their neighbors? Forget it.
Yeah, I'd throw rocks. I would.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
I,
It irritates the crap out of me.
yeah.
We had a rabbit problem. Dude, this is terrible. What am I doing? We had a rabbit problem in our yard like 3 years ago, and so I had to cut a whole piece of the front yard out, and we resodded it, and I didn't ask permission,
They got
and
mad.
it was almost a big deal.
But they would have sent you a letter, no problem. If
Yeah, it
that's
was on.
crazy.
But if I just let the because the rabbits, I don't know what happens, man. Sometimes the rabbits get in your yard and they eat like little trails. It looked like there was a habit trail through my front yard.
They're just hanging
No
out.
idea what was going on. Put cameras up. There's rabbits all night in my front yard.
Yeah.
So I had to put that rabbit go away stuff around the edge of my yard, and then I replaced all that sod. But
Good to go.
they were either going to give me a letter to tell me I had to redo my yard, or get mad because I redid my yard and didn't ask them if I used the right sod. It's terrible. HOAs are stupid.
They are stupid.
I mean, they're good.
They're good in ways.
Theory.
In theory, you're right. You're right.
In theory, an HOA is good because it seems like, okay, this is a group of people that live in the neighborhood that want to make sure that the house values remain as high as they can while still making a fun and engaging place to live.
Yep.
That's the idea of an HOA to me.
Yeah. And you don't got to, to be fair, you don't got to see everybody's junk outside, because there are those neighborhoods where you see the guy that has everything. It's
And you know everything he has.
And, yeah, and
it's
like,
in his yard,
yeah,
it's in
it's
this, it's in that.
clean
You
that
can't
up.
leave your garage doors open here.
For nothing, like just to air
Unless
it out.
you're like actively in and out of the garage doing something, your garage doors are to be down.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rules.
Rules are rules.
Yeah.
But like I said, HOA in theory, great.
Great idea.
Great idea. HOA when people start making their own choices for an entire neighborhood because of what they've decided is good and bad, ruins the entire system of it. It's stupid.
Yep. I agree.
It's stupid. I would much rather live. See, it's duplicity to me. There's what I would do and what would be the problem. I would love to live way outside of town.
Yeah.
Have like 10, 15 acres, house towards the back, nice tree lined, no neighbors, not hanging out with nobody. I mean, not because I want to have junk around, but I don't like people enough to want to have neighbors to begin with. But the other part of that is, I don't know if I could get delivery.
You could get it. Won't be prime next day. Like show
What
up
about
at 4 a.m.
DoorDash?
If you lived in the right area, I bet.
Barely, maybe, but maybe not.
No, I mean
Maybe not. When we were in Mayo, Florida, they didn't have DoorDash because there was also no restaurants.
But when you're
no
like when you're
fast food.
talking about let's just say here, for instance,
Colorado.
right? Yeah, Denver metro area.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking the Eastern Plains or are you talking the mountains? Because in the mountains, I bet you could get DoorDash. Eastern Plains, it's like who's going out there?
Right, but mountain town. It's like mountain town, and then there's some roads when people live in isolated houses, but they're not in the mountain town. They're just like
There.
when you're driving, you see that house. There's lights right over there, or way over. Those guys aren't getting DoorDash. Not happening. What are you going to order? Soup for tomorrow, cold?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. That's what I want. I want to be out there. I just don't want to be close to anybody.
Yeah, I want to live far
know?
enough away that I don't have neighbors and people aren't going to just show up to say hello. But I also need to be close enough that if I wanted to go get a latte,
You could go get one.
it's right there. Like,
But buy a latte machine. You don't got to go get one.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if I
Yeah,
wanted,
oh, yeah,
if I
yeah,
needed,
yeah. The convenience. It's what you're the convenience.
if I wanted, if I needed an energy drink,
Yeah.
I could have one within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's
If I got in my car.
That's really the only thing a big city's good for. The convenience
Yeah.
of whatever you need.
100%.
Like when you go to the small towns, it's like, oh, this is nice and quiet. But then you miss the convenience.
But then you want something and you're like, oh, where do you guys have that? And they're like, no.
No, it's 3:00. Everything's closed.
When we were driving back from Florida in a U-Haul, towing a car, something happened with the trailer lights. And I had like brake lights, but I didn't have any running lights on the trailer. For some reason, just something happened. We pulled into a gas station and I went and looked and there was a little pinch in the line. So I was like, oh, I spliced the jumper back together, but it still was just not getting trailer lights. And I was like, oh, well, this sucks. I said, hey, K. Miller, look on Google and see, if they have a U-Haul dealer here, because it looked like we were kind of in a town.
Yeah.
It was Kansas. Or an auto parts store. And she's like, looks like everything is closed. It was like 6:45.
Dang.
So she goes into the gas station we were at and she's like, hey, we were looking on Google trying to find, is there like an auto parts store or this or that? And he's like, well, there is an auto parts store and it's like connected with the U-Haul place, but they closed at 5:00 and they won't be open till like 8:39 in the morning. I was like,
So they're open for 8 hours. 8 hours, like, hey, everybody, hey, shut it down.
Yep, we're out.
Let's go home, everybody.
Turn off the lights, the whole. So we had to drive like an hour down the road, and we got to a town that was big enough that had an auto zone.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to figure some things out. Yeah.
Nah.
But weird.
Those towns are weird.
Mm-hmm. I learned something about U-Haul in that trip.
What'd you learn?
That's slightly irritating. So we rented a U-Haul truck, put all of our stuff in, rented a car trailer to put the edge on.
A U-Haul car trailer.
Yes, from them. Both things from them. Both things from them, but we had to pick them up at different locations because for some reason you can't.
Yeah.
So we had to stay in Miami so that we could pick up the U-Haul in the morning. No, I had to pick up the trailer, the car trailer, and pull it behind the edge from Key Largo down to Marathon, and then pick up the U-Haul and Marathon to put the car trailer on to put the car on. But when in all of that, when we were trying to figure out what was going on with the lights, we talked to a U-Haul guy, and he was like, yeah, what you're going to need to do is you're going to call roadside assistance, and they're going to check the plug. And if it's the plug on the U-Haul, they're going to bring another U-Haul. You'll transfer your stuff into that.
Transfer stuff that you load from the house, like that you loaded up?
I had my golf cart in the back of that U-Haul. How do you think that's coming out on the side of the road?
You can't just back it up and transfer? Is that what we do? I've always wondered who owns U-Haul? Like, is it all individually like franchised or like, because you go to these small gas stations and it's like, I got U-Haul. It's like, what?
There's U-Haul dealers and there's U-Haul corporate. Is how it works. Corporate is like those big ass stores.
Yeah.
Where you see like 200 U-Haul trucks.
Yeah.
And then franchises are usually a U-Haul will offer someone a franchise to attach to their existing business, usually mechanic shops
or a gas station.
A gas station.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we'll supply everything, all the U-Haul swag, and give you the platform to be able to do reservations. You don't have to pay for anything, except for like inventory, like if you want more boxes or this or that. But I think they give them like a starter, and then as they want to replenish,
then they pay for that. Yeah.
So they just get a slice. Those people just get a slice of the U-Haul transaction. They're not really.
So essentially, they're just U-Haul's renting a spot for him so they can just park their truck.
U-Haul is basically paying
whatever.
them to be the middleman and just type up the contract and send people on their way. Most of them don't. They're not invested in U-Haul in any way other than it's an extra form of income to offset the cost of running their existing business.
Which
makes sense. I mean, if you've got the space and you've got the opportunity.
Especially if you have
see
a
U-Haul
small
trucks
town.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
So,
there's nowhere that you don't see a U-Haul.
I mean, it probably stays pretty busy unless you're in a really, small town that doesn't like 4 people move a year where you got one truck.
One truck, one trailer, maybe not even a trailer.
You guys got to wait till next week.
Yeah, we'll have it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think for the most part, it's just like middleman money.
Yeah.
That's from what I'm like. I don't know. I've never owned a U-Haul business, but pretty good at
I've always
putting
wondered.
2 and 4 together.
Yeah, 2 and 4, and then we
Get a different number.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, so that was a lot of random stuff about absolutely
nothing.
Why did you let me go down the road? You just sat there and wound it up too. You're like, go ahead, spin it up, it up.
Spill your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you'd like us to spill our guts about anything else in the world,
let us know.
Yeah, because we do have a phone number.
Yep.
303-578-8680. You can call and leave a voicemail. You can text. I had a small conversation this week.
If you need an answer, immediately text. If you can wait till Tuesday or Saturday, leave a voicemail.
No, leave voicemail. I love the voicemails. Voicemails are some of my favorite stuff. Leave us voice. If you have HOA story, tell me in a quick voicemail. Like,
yeah. You want to hear it.
I don't want to hear version 2 and version 3. I don't need continued.
Just voicemails. One version.
Yeah, just one. If you have an HOA thing, like we ran into, yes. Or if you're a U-Haul dealer and I got it completely wrong,
Call us.
let me know how it really works, because I may have made up most of that.
Yeah. But that's all right. We want to hear, though. We want to hear how you all works anyway.
303-578-8680. We play the voicemails on air.
Yep.
Unless they're inaudible, which we had one that was inaudible this week. I don't even.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Just can't hear it.
They spoke in cursive.
Oh.
I have no idea what.
Spoken cursive, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had a text. We'll get to the text in a minute. But anyway, call. If you want us to talk about something else, give us your topics of interest. We will get to those. Also, make the corrections for us. What we need a fact checker.
We do.
We need a fact checker that watches every week and then calls at the end and runs a voicemail on everything that we said that was completely inaccurate.
Yep. That way we're accurate at the end.
That way, I mean, we're bettering ourselves.
Yep.
We're bettering.
Bettering ourselves, bettering you. And
yeah. And the weather is nice today, just so you know.
It is nice.
And I think might be bite day.
Okay.
It's going to be,
All right.
The weather's right.
I mean, it is nice.
Yeah. I'm in shorts.
It's not even, doesn't even feel like fall.
No,
like
I'm
spring,
actually warm in my hoodie for once.
No, it's nice out there.
And it's been ridiculous here. Like last week it was cold.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it a whole lot. Now we need to get to topics. We mess this up every time. We just start going on tangents and then we end up like never catching one of our topics.
Okay.
Do you want to amend anything from last week? Because you told me you're better than 90% of the people in the world at helping. Did you come up with anything better than that? Or are we still on helping?
Let me see. Did I want to say
helping?
Well, helping people, yeah, but you know what I do really good, but it's not really good?
What?
Is I have a weird thing for knowing who drives what. I can see your car one time.
Oh, you match it to them?
And I can match, and you could have the same exact car as somebody, but I will know which one.
You know which variation.
And I could be driving behind you, and I'm like, oh, there's that.
Oh.
That's a weird thing. Like people think I'm weird for that, but I'm like, I gotta know.
Mm-hmm. It's a little creepy.
I have to know who drives what.
That. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even by my house, I know who parks where. Like we have assigned parking.
Yeah,
and then we have guest parking.
Right.
But even in the guest parking,
like,
I know
that belongs to them over there.
Yeah.
So I live in a cul-de-sac. I know.
See, and that's what I like that.
I know every car that belongs on our cul-de-sac at all times.
And then you're like, what's this car doing?
Or I know if someone's having
company
in or this, like I've seen their car before because they came for the holidays a year ago. But outside of my cul-de-sac,
no.
I don't go out often enough to see anything. Today is day one, just so you know.
Yeah.
Day one.
Again?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Peyton guilt tripped me.
Oh.
She texted me the day before yesterday.
Okay.
She picked up Xander from his dad's house. Xander's one of my grandsons. And Xander and I are real tight. Like, we're real close. And he had been out of town with his dad's family for Thanksgiving. So we didn't see him on Thanksgiving. And then she picked him up 2 days ago. And apparently he wanted to come to my house right when she picked him up. But they live up north, like 20 miles north of us.
Okay.
And she's like, no, we can't do it. And I guess he just had a meltdown. Oh. Not a fit, but like he was
upset,
ugly crying because he wanted to come and see Papa. So she texted me yesterday and, she said, I picked up Xander. He had a really hard time because he wanted to come to your house. He didn't understand why we couldn't come there last night and see you. Is there any way you would just come up to the house for dinner tonight so Xander can see you? And I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
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 It's the universe telling you, get out. Every time we talk about this, it's always day one again.
There was no idea I could come up with. There was no situation where if I don't go have dinner with him, I'm not an asshole.
Yeah. Yep. And he would have remembered then. That one he would have remembered.
Yeah. And she probably would have said, I asked Papa to come to dinner tonight to see you.
He said he doesn't leave. So you had to go have dinner.
So we went and had dinner.
Okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's a good time, though.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
I love seeing the grandkids. I love hanging out. I'd much rather invite them to come here for dinner.
Yes.
It's better than taking them out to dinner.
Oh, it's costly.
That's cheddar.
You don't know if they're going to spill things. You don't know if they're going to be all oh, yeah.
No, my grandkids pretty much know.
Good.
Maybe not as much when they're just with their parents, but when I'm there,
Oh, okay.
we don't climb around in seats. We don't.
Yeah.
And that's not like I'm like overbearing on them. I have an expectation
Yeah.
that I've set with them since they were very little. When they're with me, we don't
We
don't climb on stuff. We don't go under the table. We don't throw fits. We don't.
Yeah.
Because even when my daughters were young, and they'll attest to this day, they tell war stories that are a little embellished. But if we went out to eat and one of them started to throw a fit,
Back up. Yeah.
all of us,
That's.
boop, we're out. We didn't have our food.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry about your bad luck.
Yep.
Looks like it's bologna sandwiches at home.
You do that a couple times, they learn quick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Then it's like, okay.
Yeah. Peyton and Gracie to this day tell the story about I had picked them up for the weekend, and we'd stopped and bought them a toy, and then we were driving from Longmont down to Thornton or Denver, and they would not stop bickering about the toys, just fighting over it. I rolled down my window, I reached in the back seat, I grabbed both of their toys, and I threw them out the window. Guess how many times that had to happen?
Probably once.
One time.
Yeah, once.
One time.
That one's the heartbreaking learn because you're like, oh damn,
Just
because you know you're not getting another one.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm not replacing it.
Nope.
We got to fix it. We got this.
Tetris.
We got this Tetris light.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
they
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah,
It's
they can see it.
so it's individual pieces. Oh, you have to take. So if you take one off, it turns off. When you put it back on and they touch the rails, they all light back up.
I like that. That's cool.
So you can change the shape of it. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, because
Carry on, I guess.
I sit in here and think I need things.
You added two things.
What
You
else?
got this, then you got that.
Oh, that's old. That's just to hold like gaming stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's nothing. All right. What?
All right.
How did I get on this tangent?
I don't know.
Oh, because I was asking you if you wanted to.
Yeah. But and that's just the one weird thing I do. I have to know who lives by us and who belongs there. But I can go anywhere. Even there's even people I've seen that work at King Supers that sit in their car for lunch, and I know exactly who drives that car now.
I can't tell you the last time I've been in a King Supers parking lot.
You know,
You know who's working.
I know who's
You're
working.
like, oh, Ted the
We go to the gym.
Ted the butcher's there.
Yeah, when we go to the gym, I'm like, oh, such and such is here. Oh, such and such.
Yeah.
That's just
Gym cars, I remember like when I was going to the gym full time
Yeah.
when I was training and fighting, I knew who was at the gym when you pulled up just because that's a small, really close-knit group of people for the most part.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, for the most part, yeah. But that's
and usually they're in a cult and have a sticker.
I'm glad I never did that. I never did that. Thank gosh. Thank gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there.
Oh yeah.
I would say that you are better than 90% of the world's population at A, holding mitts,
Oh yeah.
and B, understanding the science of striking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would have led with that,
Yeah, I mean that's a good one.
and then being a really good helper,
Yeah, that's a good one.
facilitator.
Yeah, so of everything.
I just want to make sure. I wanted to give you the opportunity to
I didn't even think about that.
to rescind.
See,
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
second nature, I guess. Just
Yes.
go. Which I haven't been holding much mitts, and my shoulders feel good.
Oh, I bet. Do you use arnica gel?
I have.
I used to use a lot of
I haven't used it in a long time, but I have used it in the past.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, I should probably get some more because this. I'm trying. I've tried everything.
Mm-hmm. Tiger balm.
Yeah. Which Tiger Balm works for me, but it's very, very temporary.
Yeah.
The initial it's like okay.
And then you're like, oh, I feel
Yeah.
it. And then it goes away.
Yeah.
That's like anything anymore, pretty much. There's
Yeah.
nothing long. You need So my brother-in-law, his wife is Asian. Her name is Tu. We love. She's like the coolest chick in the world. But she gets us all these different Asian concoctions and remedies and things to help. Like I had a skin tag, and I couldn't get rid of it. I don't.
She hooked you up.
If this is illegal, it didn't happen. But she gave me this little a bottle you would expect from an apothecary back in the day. Like the brown octagon bottle about this big, and that he mixed up like some bat's blood and monkey brains or something.
Yeah.
She gave us a little bottle, and it's got like a white milky substance in it, and you just dab it on the skin tag every day for like a week.
Gone. Wow.
I've tried everything over the counter. I even attempted to cut it off by myself once.
Oh,
that hurts.
Ouch.
That hurts. Just so you know.
What do you mean? Just so you? Yeah, that hurt.
That hurts. You would think it doesn't hurt because it's just a skin tag.
No.
Like there's no nerves. It hurts.
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that. But
that's an instant regret, right?
Yeah. So I also see a nurse practitioner. Yes, like above a nurse, below a doctor.
Yeah.
Kind of that. I have a doctor, but then I see my nurse practitioner more than anything else. And I used to have a couple things in my eye, like a skin tag or whatever, or a scar that just grew weird. And I couldn't get them to go away, like the skin tag I had on my hip. And she tried to freeze them off once, and it didn't really work. Like she used the dry ice and and it didn't work. She goes, "Hey, I can't really bill for this, but if you want, I'll just clip them off for you." And I was like, sold. So she grabbed them with like really pointy tweezers and snip.
Did it hurt?
It stung, but I was in the doctor's office, so I didn't feel any pain. Tough there.
Yeah.
Got to be tough there.
Yeah.
If I was at home, I probably would have yelped a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Oh.
But it did. They bleed.
I bet.
They bleed a lot. But now
you're
it's
good.
just scars now.
Yeah, now you're fine.
Now it's just
Whatever.
everything. Door, fist, wall.
Something. I got something going on here.
Yeah. Mostly here they're scars.
Yeah.
How did I get there now?
I don't know.
How do you keep taking me down these roads?
You got a lot to say today.
You keep reminding me of things. It's weird. We have to have content that people can connect
anyway,
with, not just me running down the street telling weird things.
So we were talking about this before the show, and I had this written down a couple weeks ago.
I'm in.
We were talking about the TVs, about streaming devices. Do you prefer now? I'm having a hard time.
It's a big problem in my house, just so you know.
Yeah. Is it? Do you almost feel like it's better to have one streaming service rather than a bunch of apps? Almost like a cable. Like, yes, we've moved on from cable box. We've moved on from there. Mm-hmm. But do you think it's better just to have one streaming device where you don't have to buy apps?
They got us before because cable was $200 a month. It seemed like you signed on for cable and it was like $39.95 a month. You can watch everything you want.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell you that was for 5 days. And then all of a sudden you look at your bill and it's like $240 a month and you're like,
what is going on?
Why am I paying $240 a month? I don't even watch half of this crap that's on cable.
Yep.
I watch Netflix. I watch some football. I watch this. That's all I watch. And I'm like, all right, well, then the big move in the world was cut the cable. Mm-hmm. And everyone went to, a couple streaming apps. I pay about $280 a month in streaming apps.
Yeah.
Because now everything is specialized.
Yes.
Only this channel has this. Only this channel has that.
And
they've taken a lot of those channels off of regular TV stuff.
Yeah. And it's hard to find one app. No app has the same thing as far as like, oh, you could get this and this.
Right.
Right. You get the sports. Then you got to get this one for the Disney. Then you got to get this one for.
Well, I mean, there's the Disney bundle because Disney owns ESPN, which is why I have a Disney bundle, because to watch the fights, you have to have an ESPN account. Yes. So I bought the bundle, which is Hulu, Disney, ESPN. Probably the best possible marriage of any apps if you're just going to go with one thing that you pay one bill for.
Mm-hmm.
That bundle is probably the most valuable thing as far as streaming apps, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I also have Paramount Plus and MGM, and I pay for the Hulu upgrade because I don't like commercials.
We have that. We have the Hulu, or I don't even know if we do have Hulu. We have the Disney, Paramount Plus, obviously Prime because we could get
Everybody has Prime.
Everybody has Prime.
Right.
HBO Max.
We have Max because one of the girls had to watch a show that's on Max.
Netflix.
And couldn't get it anywhere else. Yeah, Netflix.
What else? We have YouTube TV.
Yep.
We have that.
But I have to have YouTube TV.
Yeah.
But now you're $250 into the month.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it. I was like, why didn't we just stay with cable? I mean, do I feel like the pictures are better? I do feel like that, but everything's gone up.
But cable could have gotten better.
Yeah.
Because you can get DirecTV as an app.
Yeah, and then you still got to pay for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, to get those services.
Yeah,
but now you can get DirecTV as an app. You don't even have to have DirecTV wired into your house.
And what's that cost?
I don't know, but that was kind of the that was the spot. And Xfinity's the same way.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a cable coming into your house to have Xfinity now. You log into the Xfinity app
and then it brings
on your TV through your Wi-Fi, and it brings up all the stuff that you get. Which ultimately, if we could swing the pendulum back, I would then go with a singular cable service again. If they would put all those things back in, I need ESPN back in the bundle. Yeah. I need Paramount back in because shows you watch now that got popular. We'll use Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
Got very popular.
Yep.
Well, it got popular, and they're smart enough to know that you don't put it on network TV that everyone gets for free.
No,
you put it on the app. And now you get $4.95 a month for people just to watch one TV show. They don't give a shit about the rest of your entire network.
No. And they don't, and on those, other than like the YouTube TV where it's like live TV and stuff like that.
Right.
They don't upload a bunch of stuff all the time. Like Netflix. I bicker with that about Netflix all the time because I've
seen it all.
I've seen it all. It's like, we've added something new, and then it's something new. It's like something stupid. It's like, what do you do?
Or they add a movie. They're like, coming new to Netflix this month, a movie you watched 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
No.
I do like Netflix original content. I appreciate that Netflix has become kind of the go-to place for comedians to record their live set or their whatever their new special is, because then you get them all kind of right there instead of trying to figure out where you can watch this guy's like that part of Netflix I like.
Yeah.
The Jake Paul Tyson fight was an absolute atrocity because Netflix, their system could not manage the amount of people that were attempting.
And to be fair, that was free. So how much would they have had those issues if it was a paid for fight?
Probably not.
You know what I mean?
But you're already paying for a subscription. To pay for well, it's not like ESPN and the UFC. I pay for a subscription to ESPN, and then I still have to pay for the pay-per-view. And
I was, I also thought about, would you rather pay, let's say, I don't know, what are they, $80 now a month a pay-per-view?
For a fight?
Yeah,
it's
somewhere.
Well, yeah. So after fees, you're probably.
Would you rather pay $200 a year?
I would pay
$200-300 and get free pay-per-views, or
pay by the month,
or pay by
the fight.
Pay by the fight.
I always elect pay for the year
because I mean it is cheaper. But
any app that I buy, if they have a monthly cost as this, or pay for it by the year, I pay for it for the year because then I don't have to deal with it for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
it's like Paramount Plus. You can get it for $4.99 a month or $49 for the year right now.
$49.
Done.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I don't think it'll ever be able to happen, but I'm going to get a washer in there that makes my mic stay up where I need it. Mm-hmm. If there was a way to bundle the majority of the services that people are watching, and you could cancel all the other crap.
Yeah.
If I could pay one bill again, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yep.
And you see all those ads on social media feeds like Rocket Money and stuff like that. Do you know how many streaming apps you're paying for that you don't use? No, I don't. No idea.
But you want me to pay for your app so I forget about it. So you can tell me about that.
You're gonna get me by the month for your app? Oh, okay.
I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a double-edged sword. I wish I could pay $200 a month and just have all the like back in the day, if you got the highest cable, there was nothing else out there that anybody was getting that you couldn't watch.
No.
You could watch everything.
And that's why now they bicker with these, people are upset locally about you couldn't watch at this time. You couldn't watch Nuggets or you couldn't watch Avalanche.
Oh, because they had a
Blackout.
contract problem with, was it DirecTV or one of them?
One of them. They had, so you couldn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they also start putting stuff on apps where it's like, now you just pay them.
They don't have to deal with the middleman taking their chunk and then putting it on cable, DirecTV. Oh, you don't want to put us on? Okay, great. We'll launch our own app.
And then
we'll get our $4.95 a month from everybody to watch the Nuggets and the Avs.
Yep.
And we won't worry about you. Oh, great. Now I pay for cable, but now I have to pay for you too.
Yeah.
And then the next guy goes, oh, well, if he's going to get $4.99 a month, I'm going to start, my app's going to go over here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's terrible. I hate it, dude. It's absolutely, it's ridiculous the amount of subscriptions you have to watch anything. Like I use Philo, Philo.
Mm-hmm.
I pay monthly for that because it's most of the shows and channels that I'm interested in for the most part.
Yeah.
First 48, Critical Minutes, blah, blah, blah. They also have Reels on the Reels, REELZ network, which is the cop show.
Oh, okay.
Why am I blanking on what it's called? On Patrol Live.
Oh, that, yeah.
On Patrol Live.
Yeah,
I love that because it's like a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
You know, you get to hang out for a long time. And so I pay for that because it has all of those things that I want rather than trying to find each show.
Each individual.
And Philo is probably, between Philo and Hulu, is the majority of everything we watch, unless it's a Netflix show.
Mm.
But see, now Philo is probably $30 a month. My Hulu, Disney, ESPN package is probably $25 or $30 a month. Netflix got me good because we were traveling. And they stopped password sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid for Netflix in my own house here.
And because you were in Florida.
But because I was in Florida, I could not use this account because the kids in my house were still using this account that I pay for in the house that I have in Colorado.
See, and that's stupid.
I had to get a whole nother Netflix account for Kay Miller and I to watch Netflix while we were in Florida in an RV.
See, that's ridiculous.
And then...
Because that's not really password sharing.
No, it's my account. I'm in multiple places. Well, then my mom got me for Netflix too. My mom got me called me and said, I don't know what's wrong with my TV. I can't watch any of my shows. And I go over there and her Netflix subscription had
ran out
somehow. She's like, I just don't know what to do. So of course, then I just signed up for an account, put my card in. So every month.
So you get three,
I have 3 Netflix accounts.
Oh, they love you then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to charge that much, we need password sharing.
Yeah, I'm probably $60+ a month into Netflix.
Damn.
Also because Autumn, my other daughter, was using our Netflix account. And then when it got cut off, they gave you the opportunity to add a non-household family member for $6.99 additional dollars. So guess what?
There you go.
I was like, hey, you get to continue to use your login. I'm just going to pay $6.99 a month so we don't have to.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So that got me like 1 or 2 more times with other kids. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, easy $60-$70 in Netflix.
Yeah.
Just.
Like I said, you got to pay the.
Now I got to
Wi-Fi.
cancel the other Netflix that we had for Florida.
Yeah. But they sometimes they make that stuff so hard. And it's not impossible.
No.
It's just, it takes time.
You got to stop your day and figure it out.
So we had the gym membership, and we stopped using it. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to cancel it, right? At $40 a month and whatever. It took me a few months. Finally, I called. And I swear it took me about an hour and a half. And I was like, oh, this is why nobody cancels.
Because you can't.
Because it's like,
You can't.
I mean, I finally did it, but it was like.
And that's where a lot of these apps figure it out. They make the cost just low enough per month that it's not worth the headache to chase it down.
Yep.
I still currently pay $25 a month to Love's Car Wash in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You know why? No idea how to cancel it.
Oh.
No clue.
Crazy.
There's no app.
Oh, you
just get a little keychain tag.
There's no number on the keychain tag?
Up, you go boop, and you get your car wash. It just bills you every month, and your tag works.
Interesting.
And I don't even have the tag. I just used, because when you pull up, there's a camera that sees your license plate, and you put in your 4-digit code.
So you don't even need the card?
No. I don't even know where the card is.
So the card probably had a 1-800 number in small print. That's probably thrown away.
$25 a month. Love's Car Wash, Fort Lauderdale.
Thanks, Loves.
Sunset. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every month. Haven't been in Fort Lauderdale in a year and a half.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh shit! See that's these apps kill me.
I need a forensic accountant to figure out how to get a hold of Loves to cancel the damn monthly subscription. Mm-hmm. I think about just going to my bank and getting a new debit card.
I don't know if that works because I misplaced one of my cards recently, and it took me forever. And I knew it was in the house, so I just didn't know where. But whatever. And I was blaming everybody for losing it. And
everybody but the one who lost it.
Yeah. So I was like, I need to get a new card. So I got a new card. Before I got the card, it was already uploaded to my phone.
Yeah.
I never even called Comcast or Xfinity. I never even called the storage place where we have some stuff stored. None of that. It somehow got switched over.
Did you pay for it through Apple Pay?
No.
Those things? It just automatically, they were like, oh, no, we'll continue your payments.
Yep.
That's not why I did this.
Yeah.
I got a new debit card, so all these things would be canceled. And then as I found something that I needed, I'd be like, oh, shit, I need to add that back to my debit card.
Yep.
And everybody else can go piss up a rope.
So, maybe yours will do that, but I know mine.
I don't know, Wells Fargo. We're about to find out.
Yeah. Thanks.
I've had this debit card on life support, though. This is the one that K. Miller broke.
Oh, wow.
It's cracked right at the chip. It's roulette every time you go to pay for anything. You're like, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah.
All right.
I hate.
What do you hate?
Streaming services. I hate it. Now I'm mad. Now today, as soon as we're done, I'm going to turn my computer on.
And go at it.
I'm going to find some stuff.
And just
I'm going to save some money.
Today. It'll make you feel better.
What I'll do is I'll make all my kids mad because all the shit I'll cancel, stuff that I don't use, and they'll be like, why is the blah, blah, blah not working? And I'll be like,
I don't know. At least for a day or two. I don't know. It'll make you feel better.
I don't know. We did have a rash. I put a PIN code on the Roku account because all the TVs in the house are all on the same Roku account.
Okay.
And someone in my house kept renting movies.
Oh.
And it's like, do you want to rent the movie
for $5 or buy it for
$5 or buy it for $17.99? And like every couple of weeks, I'm like, why do I own Angels in the Outfield? At what point is that going to do anything for me? It's on every streaming channel or every streaming service we have. So I had to put a passcode on.
Yeah.
Because I was like $50 a month in movies that there was no need to rent. I don't know how they got rented. Nobody in my house knows.
Nobody knows?
No. No, nobody knows.
I didn't do it.
No.
We have a passcode. I don't even know it. So
I know it. I know ours. I know yours.
I know. I don't know. I hope somebody at the house knows it because I don't.
Yeah, I know ours. But right now, Kay Miller should be on her way back in the house. I sound like, I'm so friggin' old. Boomer. So we have I went through a phase where I replaced all of our TVs with smart TVs, and they're all Roku TVs.
Yeah.
Because at the time, Amazon, the Fire Stick, wasn't really embedded in TVs. And if it wasn't done well yet, or it was very expensive. So I went with Roku TVs because I wanted a smart TV. And then I would just put the Fire Stick dongle in. And so I would turn on the Roku TV, go over to the source for the fire. Yeah.
The output.
And then I would just watch everything on the Fire Stick anyway. Well, recently, the Amazon Fire TVs have they're good.
No, well,
4K, fast.
We had one of the I want to say very first, but we had a pretty early Roku TV that was, it was good, but it was really slow. But now they're quick. Now they're quick.
I hate having two remotes.
Yep.
And I get irritated all the time that I have to turn this TV on to get to that, to turn to that.
Yep.
So there's a Black Friday deal for another, like a really nice 4K Amazon Fire TV. I'm going to take the TV out of our bedroom and replace it with this Amazon because now everything is on one remote that I can use. I lose one of the remotes 80% of the time in my bedroom anyway. So having one remote will help. Also, the Amazon Fire TV app on your phone is awesome. So
you can control it, right?
Yeah, you power on, power off, sleep timer, everything that I need. And then we have everything on one TV without an extra interface. Because here's the other. See, I'm gonna circle back around to why I'm mad at apps. Roku TV has some proletariat bullshit that goes on inside of their software because I have paid for all of these streaming apps that are all done through like a Fire Stick. And instead of wanting to flip over to the other input, I'm like, maybe I'll just find these and log into them with my current account for all these other apps that I have. Roku's like, yeah, that's not how we work, sir. Would you like to subscribe to that app? And I'm like, I'm already subscribed to the app. No, we'd like you to subscribe through Roku services. How about you just take the login that I already have?
For Roku. So that would be getting rid of all your stuff and then redoing it?
On a Roku TV?
Yeah.
So that's why I turn on the Roku TV, change the input to my Fire Stick, and I watch everything on a Fire Stick in a Roku TV. That's why I'm switching the TV out, because now the one we're getting, great deal for Black Friday, it's an Amazon Fire TV. So I have no more Roku shit to deal with.
Just log in and go.
Right, because all the apps I have are all logged in through Fire TV.
Yeah.
Why can't I log into those same... The account is with Paramount Plus. It's not with Amazon.
Yeah.
It's not with Roku. But Roku will not recognize that I already have the account. They're like, no. Roku services. You have to sign up here.
They probably double dipping on everybody that's done that.
Or someone's way smarter than me that can figure out how to, up, down, left, right, forward, back, start, select, and get to the spot where you could log into something. Because
with
my original account that I already pay for.
That you already pay for.
Why do I need two?
Yeah.
So stupid. All I've done is rant for an hour, and you just spun it up the whole time.
All right, let's move on.
I'm ready.
Okay, what do you got?
No, what do you got? What do you got? All I have is complaints. All I have is the inability to.
All right, here's one. Here's if you can go back from, I don't know, last year to when you can remember, is there one thing that you would change or do different? One. Not is there. What would you do? Just one. Pick. We got to pick.
I mean,
one.
the easy thing would be invest in Google and Apple.
Yeah.
And then be ridiculously rich without having to work.
Yep.
But if you take that type of scenario off the table, I probably would have joined the military rather than going to college. Because that lifestyle, I think, tracks more along with what I enjoy in life.
Versus going to school.
And being an accountant.
Yeah.
It's not, I would have probably changed it. I would have went straight from high school into the military, hopefully into some kind of operator type position. I mean, obviously through my YouTube show, and bounty hunting.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
kind of it's always been kind of that. I would probably do that. I would not have wasted the money on college.
Yeah.
Not that it's a waste. Any education is valuable.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would have done that if I had to make a choice. Other than that, if I didn't go that way, I would have started training martial arts much younger.
Yeah. That's a given. I think anybody that does it as an adult, I feel always says that because I think it's important. That's why that's why I had Delilah do it.
If I had the martial arts knowledge that's in my brain now, and I could put it in a 25-year-old me body, I'd be super competitive right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just didn't. I wrestled, but that's not. It's not this.
Yeah.
It kind of has a plateau in it.
And I feel like wrestling though now even they make money and they're able to do
Better,
other things.
for
You know what
sure.
I mean? Like
Way
there's
better than when I was a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I was a kid, it was high school and maybe college,
And that's it.
and
you're done.
unless you're an Olympic hopeful, that's the end of your wrestling. I mean, there's no Tuesday night rec wrestling league.
No.
It's not out there. Are you coming?
Yeah, I'll be there. What time? Tuesday night?
Tuesday night, 7:30.
Yeah. I would have
I'm wrestling Chad this week.
went and been a police officer.
See? Yeah.
I thought about it, but back I had kids young.
Mm-hmm.
So my thoughts were, I can't do that because I had to go to school.
I gotta earn.
I gotta
earn.
This. I have to pay to go to
Academy.
get a certification, whatever. And I was like, man, and that's why I never did it because I gotta earn. I gotta make money. I gotta do this, and that's really one of the only things I would change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Having to earn early
it's tough.
is tough. I didn't I was average age with I think I was 25 when Peyton was born.
Okay.
So I was average.
Yeah.
But had I been any younger, I definitely probably wouldn't have went to college.
No. Yeah. That's why I didn't graduate. I wouldn't just got my GED.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why I feel like school wasn't as important because I was out of school for 3 or 4 years before I went to go take the test.
Mm-hmm.
I went to take the test and pass. I was like, oh, then what I do?
Then what was I going to do with all that time?
What was it like?
Yeah.
What was the other years before?
So Gracie, my daughter, graduated early. Peyton could have graduated early, but she just really enjoyed high school.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn did not enjoy school she was not really into the social weird dichotomy that high school is. Didn't enjoy it at all. So she came to me when she was a sophomore and said, I found this other school. I would like to transfer there because I can graduate next year. And I'm like, well, let me look into this. It was called Boulder Prep here in Colorado. And actually, if I could push any of my kids, if I could go back in time, I would push them through a school like that. The classes were shorter, but more condensed. And then they also had a lot of life school.
Yeah. Is it like a STEM school? Because that's what those are, right?
Kind of, but it's different. It was different. They had the regular, you had to have your math, your science, you had to have your regular core classes, but they also, a lot of the classes were just life-based classes.
Yeah.
Being able to create a budget for yourself as a human being to survive on. There were just a lot of just really cool things.
Yep.
And she graduated when she would have been a junior.
Okay.
Got out of school.
So essentially 2 years early, right?
Almost, yeah, she was 17.
Yeah.
Just turned 17 when she graduated.
Okay.
Came out of that, took a really short break, and then went to school and became an esthetician. Mm-hmm. She's 20, almost 20 now, and she's a licensed esthetician. She has all this other life experience, and has a diploma, a regular diploma from an accredited high school in Colorado, but the high school that they have there just really sees life different. Like not every kid is a sit in a class, do the work, pass, get the grade, move forward, move forward. Some kids just need to be able to experience life through school.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. I've tried to push Jay that way.
No.
And she could have easily graduated. Like Jay's smart. She could have easily graduated early, but she has like a little group of people that she is, and she's like, no, I'm going to do
this.
Like I'm like, you go to prep right now. You'll be done next year. Now it doesn't make sense because she's a junior. She'll be a senior next year. Might as well enjoy your senior year.
Yep.
But for the last 2 years, I've offered Jaden the ability to come to Florida, live with us in Florida while we were filming, and do online school and be done whenever she wants. She's like, no. No. I'm like, you want to stay in Colorado, have to get up every morning and go to high school, rather than live with us in Florida, doing some crazy stuff, do online school, which you can wake up at
whenever
10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And as long as you kill all the work, you're done when you're done. She wants to live a normal life. She's like, I like the structure. I like to wake up, go to school, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Now she gets up, goes to school, comes home for 15 minutes, goes to work, comes back. I'm like,
all right.
Jesus. All right. Rent's due on the 1st.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the one thing I would probably change would have been that. I would have not gone to college. I would have gone into the military in one way or the other.
Yeah.
If we're talking about regrets if I could have. But
it's hard to regret where you're at, but where you're at now, it's
right now is the culmination of every choice you've ever made has us sitting at this table. Yeah. So, if you change one tiny thing, everything else after that is completely different. So, no, I wouldn't change anything. But if I could end up me
right now, that's what. Yeah,
and I could have done that instead of that. I would have made that change.
Yeah.
I would have gone to the military rather than school, probably have a military career. I'd probably be retired from the military.
That's what I tried
with full benefits.
Well, my daughter graduated early, went to the Air Force.
Right.
And I was talking to her because she did the max, which I think was 8 years or 6 years.
Oh, the long hitch early.
Yeah. And
you tell her that's not a good negotiation tactic.
Well, that's my thing was I didn't want her to get out early and then not finish because I tried to talk to her. I said, look, you're 17. You're going into the military.
Right.
If you're in there for, I don't know, whatever the 20-some years, you get out before you're 40.
And you have full military pension.
You already had one career.
And benefits.
I said, you're done. You're done. You could be whatever else you want to be right now.
Yeah, because you're going to receive money for the rest of your life because you graduated. Yeah. You retired from the military with the right number of years. So you're always going to have the military health care.
Yep.
And you're going to have a military pension. And you're 37. You can now do whatever job you want to do, not have to do. Yeah.
I said, if that's the smart.
That's a good play.
I said, it's up to you, obviously.
But at the same time, a lot of people sign up and go to the military thinking it's one thing.
I think.
And then they're trapped into a 4-year commitment that just.
What sucks was
turns into crippling alcoholism.
I also told her, I said, it would be cool if you can travel and go out there and earn.
Yeah.
Where did they put her? Wichita, Kansas.
You can hit a golf ball from your house to her base.
Come on. It
go travel the world. You're going to love it.
But they put her in Wichita. It's like.
You're like, well, I guess you could just live at home.
Yeah. So
just drive into work. Wichita is the other side of Kansas, but it's still just one state. You're like right there.
Yeah.
You've driven to Wichita in a day.
Yeah. And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Did she get in and get out, or is she still in?
She's still in.
She re-upped?
No, she still got. I think she still got like 3 years left.
Oh my God.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is she going to re-up?
I think so.
So she got a good job.
Yeah.
And hopefully her next hitch gets her.
Hopefully it gets her more money.
Somewhere cool.
Yeah.
Get around the world. Get to Hawaii. Get to
somewhere.
Japan.
Get paid to travel.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's the key.
You know what I mean?
I've told all my daughters this too. you're young, you're going to bump your head into things, but say yes. Experience life. If you can travel, travel.
Yep.
And some of them take it to heart. Like, wake up one day and Gracie's like halfway to Texas.
Whoa.
I'm like, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean road trip in the middle of the night.
And don't tell nobody.
Right.
At least say bye.
Right. Give me an itinerary. No, but I've really encouraged all of them.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young,
If you can,
go. Say yes. Go do things. Because you're going to remember those things and you're going to feel those things for the rest of your life. And work's always going to be there.
Yep.
One thing I've learned, no matter what, you'll find a way to, pay the bill, do this, do that.
Yeah.
So,
and most times
if you can figure out a way to travel and then,
and most times it doing that turns into something better.
yeah.
You know what I mean? In the moment, it might not seem like it, but eventually it seems like it's going to turn into something better.
Well, and obviously I am in the YouTube world a lot. And I see a lot of people who, when they just really get the bug, they turn their life into their career.
Yep.
They'll vlog or they'll become a travel expert, or, there's people like I follow on TikTok. There's a girl. What fell? Nothing? Okay. We're safe. Did you feel something too?
What is going on?
I don't know.
Let's act like that.
I don't know. There's a girl on TikTok that I talk about, social media accounts you follow that are not really healthy, don't educate you in any way, but they're interesting. It's this girl, I think it's your girl Ren.
Mm-hmm.
She was basically a full-time traveler for like the last 5 years. But she got on with these companies where she could host trips.
Wow.
So she would go stay in a hostel, host these trips for other people to come because she'd been there before and kind of tour guided them, whatever. But everywhere, the Maldives,
Everywhere, huh? So
I
she's
mean,
pretty much like a paid host.
all over the world. Now I don't know why I know this much about a person that I know, but now she's like back. She's in California, and she's like, now it's time for me to put down some roots and be.
Yeah.
But just think of all of that experience, all of that, just soaking up culture and understanding and seeing different places and different things. It's hard to do when you're 50.
Yep.
It's real hard. If you're 20,
Might as well. Especially if you're able to.
all you got to do is eat.
That's it.
Just have somewhere to sleep.
Hey.
And if you're traveling, you stay in a hostel. Like, all you need is food, water,
Yeah. And you're good.
and experience.
And that's it.
You can do it when you're 18 to 25.
Yeah.
Can't do it when you're 50.
Nope.
It's hard. Super hard.
Yep.
But that's why 50-year-olds tell 20-year-olds to travel, because we look backwards and go, I don't know what's going on. I'm breaking shit.
Uh-oh.
It was just a headphone stand.
Okay.
I think we're okay. But, two things. We talked about the streaks back on day one.
Yeah. Here we are.
Still on.
Still on.
Still
Bam.
on.
Bam. Dang.
Olight, you need to get a hold of me. I'm telling you right now. You need this as a museum piece, or we need to figure it out. But this is like 3 weeks plus. This flashlight is still on, has not been turned off one time. There's no way it should still be on. The others on the team. I don't think I would be texting you right now. Life's a bitch. Thank you for reminding me to fight. I was like, hell yeah, man. We're super glad that you're still here with us. I love it. Fucking hang out. Be here. I will text with you all day and all night. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for still being here. And then he came back and he said, hey, question. Do you or Mike have a memorable fight of yours, a great win or great loss that sticks with you? I said, I'll bring it up as a question when we're filming this week.
Mine?
Yeah.
As a competitor?
Yeah.
It was my second fight. I lost,
Mm-hmm.
but that was when I changed. That's when I thought of the fight game a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, my goal was to never win. My goal was always to make you want to never fight again.
Oh, you wanted to break wills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I lost the fight, and it was a tough fight, and like, it was a tough 3-round fight. I lost the decision, and fair and square, like, he did beat
You're
me.
okay with it.
And I seen him, like a month or two later at another show, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, what's up, man?" We were talking, and he's like, "Let us get a beer." I said, "All right," and he's like, "Hey, that fight made me realize I don't want to fight."
Done.
That was in that, like, could I have done that off a win? Sure. But me losing and knowing I won the war is what made me feel good. That was the most memorable.
Yeah.
Other than the first fight, but the first fight's
Like, always crazy.
Yeah, but
you remember like a tenth of it.
Yeah.
And you remember it as way better than if you watch the film.
yeah.
I remember my first fight. I was like, oh yeah, that was fucking great. And then I watched film.
let's not watch that.
Why'd you let me out there, Mike? I blame you.
But yeah,
I mean, I won, but you shouldn't.
Yeah. That was my most memorable fight, or most memorable moment.
I have two. I don't remember the opponent. One of them it was probably my second or third fight. We were walking out and we got in the elevator and we were all joking about something and we made a bet. I bet Tony dinner that he told me I could not finish this fight in the first round by arm triangle.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, dinner, let's do it. I went out in under a minute.
Got it.
Yeah, he threw a terrible punch. I think I hit a blast double, crawled up, arm triangle. And I was looking at the corner at you guys while I had the arm triangle. And I was like, Daddy's eating.
Yeah.
That was a cool feeling, just knowing that I could dictate exactly how that fight was going to happen, where it was going to go, how it was going to end. There was no question.
Yep.
But probably for me, the most memorable fight, of course, was my last fight, because A, it was a title fight.
Yeah.
B, we sold the fuck out of that place.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from.
That place was.
That
There was a lot of.
That was insane.
Yeah.
There's on the YouTube channel. If you scroll down, there's a documentary that was filmed kind of on part of my fight career from a good buddy of mine at Snowman Films. I love the documentaries. I still watch it every once in a while just because it reminds me. But when you see my final fight and the camera kind of pans around, somebody had made laminated signs with my name.
Oh.
And they were the whole crowd, it looks like, is holding up
signs.
And they're chanting my name and screaming and yelling. And when you look at the venue, there were 10 fights or 11 fights on that card. And when you turn and look at the venue for my fight, 50% of the crowd was all our tickets.
Yeah.
Was all people holding signs with my name on them, all people like standing up. You only get that type of feeling like once or twice.
Yeah, you don't get them very much.
Unless you're like a UFC champion.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's.
But at the same time, I don't want to call it fake. That's just a bunch of people you don't really know.
Right. These are people that I handed tickets directly to, that came there, that held, every one of those people, 90% of those people I know personally. Obviously, some people brought a friend.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know, but they were like, hey, come see my buddy's fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a more magical moment in fighting than you can feel on something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
And I remember when I won, you're like, do you want your hat? You're like, it's Tuesday.
Let's go.
We're done. What are we still standing in here for?
Yep.
Never big on pictures, Mike. Never big on pictures. No. You find a way out of the cage.
I try to.
Quick.
I try to.
I'm like, no, stay here. We're good. And you're like,
yeah.
Yay, we're one.
Yeah.
We're out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I remember. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
This is great. And you're like, you have your shirt, you have your hat.
All right.
I'm gonna go clean up our gear in the back room. I'm like,
Time to go.
stay out here. Let's have fun. No, and you're like, fuck that, we're out.
We're out.
All right, we're at an hour 16. We're gonna cut
Okay.
because last time way too long.
Way too long.
Troy Everett's episode will be up today.
Okay.
It's all ready. Troy is fun.
Yeah.
He's a good time.
Yeah, he was. I still got to watch his performance concerts.
Yeah, my ADD probably took that episode about in the same place it did today, which means that we didn't talk about anything important. All we did was rant about things. HOAs, cable, streaming apps,
Cable.
everybody else. But anything you want to add? Oh, wait, we just got a text, I think.
Oh, just got a text?
Yeah, possibly. But I'm here to support the podcast. Oh, this is Maddie from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can I rub it in? It's 53 degrees in Winter Springs. Yeah, it's probably 50 degrees here.
Yeah.
What does it say right there? What does she say?
54.
54. 54 here today.
So
54. I have shorts on. Will you ever do like the old days live podcast at the old Final Bell show?
Oh, like the bar, or like the, what was it? Ugly Dog.
Ugly Dog. We did it live from there. We also did a couple live from fights.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ron and I.
Yeah, Ron and you got, yeah.
And then she probably saw one. We did an episode, I think it was at weigh-ins. Oh, at Last Call. And one of the interviews was Melvin Gillard. So,
Okay.
and Neil Bagney was on that one too, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So we used to just put like 2 mics and that's all we had.
Oh, all right.
And 1 camera maybe.
Yeah.
But we would do them from like weigh-ins or at the fights. And then the Ugly Dog was cool. That was fun doing
That,
that.
yeah, I was there for one of them.
I
one of them.
would say yes, we would do a live podcast. We need to grow back in Colorado and kind of get back into it.
Yeah.
But then a place like the Ugly Dog or somewhere, I would do a live podcast.
Yeah. That'd be a good time.
Yeah. There's a spot that one of our friends does a lot of stuff out of called the Boombox, which is it's on like Pecos and 56th.
Okay.
It's just a little restaurant. It's like a craft beer place.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like somewhere like that I would do, or like the Ugly Dog. Those were fun.
Yeah.
And we could do it live with an audience.
Yeah. That would
It was always fun when people would show up to the old Final Bell with me and Ron and
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I did it, I thought it was cool that the bar's open. People,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I
they're coming getting food and they're like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they would kind of gravitate towards us. Or if we had a couple of guests on, they would bring a couple people and they would all hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's yes, we would do live.
Yeah.
100%.
That'd be a good.
I don't know if we do it live from fights. It's tough.
That would be tough. It could be done, but it would be tough. It'd be tough.
A pre-show or a post-show, something like that. But then it would kind of be stuck on the topic of that
fights.
that fight.
Yeah.
And we really don't, as much as we do, we're trying not to base this thing
On fighting.
on fighting.
Yeah.
Because we talk about,
Yeah.
fighting happens. Most of our friends, half of our families.
Yep. So.
I'd rather talk about being mad at Comcast.
Yeah. Me too.
Xfinity.
Yeah.
Son of a
Xfinity.
bitches.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to wrap it up. Unless you've got anything new.
Nope. I don't have nothing new.
Got you. So I will keep spreading the. Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
Maddie. Spread the word. Share it out. Share.
And then tell them to share.
Yeah, share with friends that will share with friends.
Yeah.
But anything else?
Nope. That's
Nope.
it.
That's it for you. That's it for me, right? Do I have any? I don't think so.
No.
I definitely probably don't have anything else to say. I said more words today than I've said this week. That's something that people probably don't know. I don't talk.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. In my household, I could go most of a day without saying 3 words. I don't. I'm not and then we turn on the microphone. I'm like,
You said 3,000 words a day, maybe more.
True. Yeah, you just laughed at me the whole time. All right, so no, I don't have anything else. Things for next week. I want to talk about what's on our bucket list.
Okay.
There's a couple things I really want to do within this next year.
Okay.
And then the difficulty in staying relevant in a social media world now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That's very hard.
That's a couple things I want to talk about next week.
Okay.
Also, GTA RP online.
Yeah.
There's a link to the Discord.
Join.
Come play. I've got a wingsuit that I can jump out of planes, like the spider suit.
Oh,
I
dang.
can fly. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on down. It's Patty Mayo official RP.
Yeah.
Join the
Trevor,
Discord.
Join Trevor's gang.
Come join my gang. Play
Yeah.
play weird shit with me online. That's all I got.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else for you.
Nope.
Okay, now we're going to cut the cameras and we stick around for members. See, if you were a member, you would have been here before the show. And we're going to cut the cameras now, and we're going to stick around and do a little Q&A with members in the live area. But if you're watching this as an episode, you're going to see that part of it because it's only for members live. We'll do that now. So we'll see you guys next time.